What's up guys, it's Lightsparrow here, and today I'm going to bring you a video that is going to be hopefully kind of interesting. I'm not sure if it's going to get a whole lot of views just because it's probably not a popular topic, and I don't know if I'm going to keep doing videos like this or not, but basically I'm going to be ordering the Serpents from rank 1 to 5, 1 being the best and 5 being the worst. And the reason I picked the Serpents is because I actually think that they're pretty decent, but they're really underlooked. Most people don't think any of the Serpents are good, except there's one that people use sometimes. But so I might do this for other monsters, like some of the other Nat 3s or Nat 4s, maybe even the Nat 5s, and maybe the Nat 2s, but the Nat 2s are not. There's not any Nat 2 where all of them are good. At least I don't think so. But so, to get it started, I'll start out at the number 5 spot, which is going to be the Light Serpent. They all have the same first skill, which has a 75% chance to remove one beneficial effect. So it'll strip with a 75% chance. Second skill, attacks 3 times. Each attack has a 30% chance to decrease the attack bar of the enemy by 30%, and the damage increases according to your max HP. And then this one has a passive, which makes it so his attack power and defense increases by 20% each time you're attacked, and can stack up to 10 times. Now the reason I think this one's the worst is because it has the buff strip first skill, which can be nice. The second skill can decrease the attack bar and potentially do damage, but the second skill does damage based on his HP, and it's also an HP type, but its passive increases his attack power and defense, so that means his second skill won't do more damage with the passive, and then the first skill will do more damage, but the first skill is not really going to do very much damage anyways, because it has insanely low multipliers. And then the defense could make it nice for a potential light tank, but I don't think this is going to be your best option for a light tank. It'd be better to just use a Darien or something. So that's why this is at number 5. So number 4 is Feo, the Fire Serpent. I actually have this one 6-starred, and the reason why was because I did a challenge with the other guy in this account. I made a video on why I 6-starred him if you want to know more, so you can look back on my channel. Same first skill, same second skill, and this one has a third skill that provokes all enemies for 1 turn with a 100% chance, and then gives himself a little buff that makes it so 30% of the damage dealt to him is returned to the enemy for 3 turns, and when it's max skill, this is reusable in 3 turns, and this is also at 2 turns, I should add. And then he has this Arena Leader skill, which is nice, but you'll probably have better ones. But so the reason he's in this spot is because in general he can actually be a decent fire tank, because his first skill will do a buff strip, which doesn't really help, but sometimes if you want to strip something, it's there. If you build him super tanky, he has good HP, he's an HP type, and then this skill will do damage based on his HP, and then this skill will do an AoE provoke, meaning the whole other team is going to only use their first skill on you, and then he's going to return the damage. But so basically if you build him with a little bit of accuracy and a lot of HP and some defense maybe, he can do an AoE provoke, a little bit of damage on his second skill, and in general he can just tank. So he's not really good, but there's definitely worse monsters in the game, I'd have to say. So on to the number 3 spot, I have this guy right here, Armada, the Wind Serpent. His first skill is a little bit different actually, because it has the Ray Oak effect where it has a 30% chance to keep attacking, so this could potentially attack 100 times. It's not likely, but it could happen. And this one has damage proportionate to his max HP, which none of the other Serpents have. And my recording crashed, not the recording, but the mirroring software crashed, so sorry about that. But so the reason why is when he awakens into the strengthening of his first skill. So yeah, this guy has his first skill is actually kind of good, The second skill is reusable in 2 turns when it's maxed. An AoE speed decrease for 2 turns with a 100% chance, and the damage increases his HP. And the third skill is a passive, and the passive makes him receive, okay, this crashed again, sorry. But anyways, the passive makes him receive 50% less damage when a fire monster attacks him. So he has decent HP, he's an HP type. He can be really good at tanking fire monsters because of his passive, as well as both of his skills will scale in his HP, so he can do a little damage there. And this can potentially remove quite a few beneficial effects, and an AoE speed debuff that is reusable every 2 turns is also nice. So this monster is actually not terrible, and there is some people that have built him, but I think he's actually pretty good. So the number 2 spot is Shylock, Water Serpent. Same first skill as all of them but the wind. Second skill is the same as the light and the fire. And the third skill does an AoE attack bar decrease by 30%, and the damage is proportionate to the enemy's max HP of the enemies. I have 6-starred this guy and put him on a crit damage build. This skill does not do that much damage. This skill probably does more, actually. So the scaling is not very significant on this, but he can actually be really good in dragons because he'll do attack age decrease, a little bit of damage, and strip buffs. And so that's why he's there. And the last spot is Manshura, the Dark Serpent. Same first skill, same second skill as the wind one, same leader skill as the fire one. And the third skill is an AoE defense break and dot, reusable every 4 turns, and damage is proportionate to max HP. I have this guy 5-starred but not 6-starred. I'll probably 6-star him someday. And basically he does what the wind one does, but instead of being a wind tank, he does an AoE defense break and a dot. So he has double AoEs. So a lot of people like him in TOA with Despair runes, and I actually like him in TOA with Despair runes too. And so that's kind of why I have him here. In TOA, he's going to provide an AoE speed debuff, an AoE defense break, AoE dots. It's actually pretty useful. So my overall verdict is that the Serpents are actually pretty good, except the light one is pretty bad, and the fire one is pretty bad as well. There's definitely better. But the water, wind, and dark are actually pretty good in my opinion, and really like viable monsters. And so if you want to, you can try out any of these and tell me how you like them. If you've already tried out any of them, you can also just tell me if you like them. Like maybe the light one actually does some pretty good damage, I'm just not aware of it. But so yeah, tell me in the comments, as well as you can tell me in the comments if there are any other of the monsters you want to do. Like if you want to see the Nat 2s, the Nat 3s, Nat 4s, Nat 5s, whatever, I can do that. Or any other, sorry, okay, I brain farted. If there's any other videos you want to see, you can also just tell me in the comments. But that's really all I have for today though, guys. So may the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows.